Yes, evening guys. Um, I haven't really wanted to be making much videos lately and talking lately. I can feel the world sort of gravitating towards just being a bit more friendly these days. And long may it continue. And um, yeah, all good, you know. But I just want to speak on some stuff, man, because you may act all cool and whatever, but sometimes you've got a lot going on in the background, and yeah, I would say the last couple of days, 3, 4, 5 days, I've been feeling quite good. I've been feeling all right, you know. But just up until I left the last company that I was working with, a few days before then, and then a few days, just a day or two after that, I was feeling quite stressed, just like with the proceedings and what was going on around there, you know. And I just wanted to say, like I'm just gonna speak on it, man. It's like I don't want to speak about stuff like this, man, but you make it become unbearable, and I think like sometimes you want me to speak about you or something like this, you know. But yeah, it's just the pursuit of me, like as if I'm an animal, like a piece of meat, like by some women, like like um, like I've asked you like politely, like I've said like you're not for me, or like it's not like anything bad or nothing, we can be friends but nothing more, and it's like I'm getting like um I've been feeling harassed, oh yeah, by the way, man, I just want to say, like, man, there's no winners or losers in all of this. It's all a bit sad, to be fair. And you know I didn't feel great. Like today was the first day like ever that I can remember riding from, I think, Tottenham Court Road to Oxford Circus. I never saw a single Muslim dressed woman, um, which has been impossible since whenever, And I looked, just, you look by at certain shops. Normally, like, there's a Muslim woman sitting outside the shop or sitting inside the shop. Certain shops, like electronic shops, like phone shops along Oxford Street, like your EE, whatever, and all that sort of stuff. There's always a Muslim woman in there, dressed woman, and it's like that wasn't there today when I looked across, and even at the Samsung as well, that wasn't there when I saw. I looked across, and normally 100 times out of 100 they're there, So it was like, I think up until I didn't notice one until I got up until like near Selfridges or whatever, and that's never the case. So obviously, like, something's been said where they've like disappeared or something, But like, obviously, like, today was probably in in short memory that I can remember, like, um, I didn't feel too sort of chased or followed by like Muslim women. To be fair, um, first day in like years potentially, And I just wanted to say, like, you know, um, I just wanted to make one little quick point and just say, man, like, this is my biggest nightmare. So I've written a little bit down here. Um, I'm gonna let you know, like, my biggest nightmare. So like, you shouldn't really say, but this is my biggest nightmare, and it is you know, you never know. But I'm a good guy, by the way. Like, like, if I met someone and they got like a daughter or a son, let's say they got a daughter, yeah, I'll treat that kid like better than my own kid. That's the attractive quality in a man. Do you know what I mean? Because the age I'm at, do you know what I mean? So you can meet someone, they've got a kid already, and for the life I've been through or whatever, man, like, do you know what I mean? I'd treat them like they're my own or even better than my own. Yeah, no joke. Right. And um Like I'd even be kind of even more protective of them than my own. Do you know what I mean? Because kids are kids, you know, right? And or I'm thinking, say for example, I don't know, 10, 15 years time, I've got a kid now. Imagine like, you know, imagine that like half like Vietnamese, half alien. That'd be a beautiful kid, man. Come on, man. All the girls know that, man. They know that that would be. They would love to know what those little aliens would look like. They would look like beautiful kids, or like, you know, like a half or mixed race. I should put it better. A mixed race, me and Brazilian, or me and Colombian. Do you know what I mean? Or me and Japanese, me and Korean, me and Filipino. Do you know what I mean? Me and Nepalese, me and Congolese. Do you know what I mean? Whatever. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Me and Eritrean. Do you know what I mean? Whatever. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's a lovely like, or me and a nice little Hindi girl. Do you know what I mean? Come on, man. Me and a nice little white girl, whatever. Come on, man. Those kids will look beautiful. Can you imagine? Nice little mixed race, me and Colombian girl, or me and a Dominican Republic. Come on, man. It's gonna be a nice, beautiful, beautiful children. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm nice, but it would be a nice mix, innit? Come on. You know that already. Yeah. And to think, yeah, like you know, it's my biggest nightmare, by the way. You know, like you know, it's not so much the boys. It's not even so much a partner or whatever, man. But imagine like I don't know, like 15 years time, I get a phone call, and you know I got like a nice sort of me mix of me and a van girl or whatever, a nice beautiful teenage girl, and or it's my stepdaughter or whatever. She calls me, and and she's like, "Oh, Dad or Mark, whatever." She calls me or whatever. I feel like I'm being followed, or I feel like there's like um noticed like these Muslim women start following me, or like they're only the ones serving me at the supermarkets, and I feel a bit like boxed in or something like that. You know, I'm not sure. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure how I can handle that. I'm not sure like I'm not sure like how I would receive that for the life I've been through. Do you know what I mean? Like I would be like I don't know how I would handle that. I don't know how I would take it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's nothing to do with them. Do you know what I mean? So that's my like big nightmare. So people can laugh and joke or whatever, but that's my like long term sort of. Is this what these people are gonna carry on with? You know? And like I just wanted to go on like, man, it's the lengths some people go to and whatever some people do. Like like everyone would see that girl in Peckham like trying to like go through that door and act like I was walking in there behind her or whatever, and there's been a serious like accident on the street. You know, someone's laying there potentially dying, and she's pushing the agenda. Like, like the other day in Peckham when there was that crash or whatever, and she's still pushing the agenda. Like, do you know what I mean? When there's someone there potentially dying on the floor, like I didn't really respect that, you know. Because I'm wanting to know what's going on. Like, there's somebody like potentially hurt or injured, and you're pushing an agenda of like me and you together or whatever, and all this sort of stuff. When there's somebody dying on the floor, you know, I didn't rate that at all. I didn't like it at all. You know, it was the wrong place for it. Because like with myself, like, you know, in another life, like if I was like an ambulance or whatever NHS worker or whatever, when you're helping someone, doesn't matter. Like you just need to help them. Doesn't matter what type of character they are, whether they deserve it or not, whether you think they deserve it or not. You got a job to do. Be professional. It doesn't matter. So you shouldn't be stuttering and thinking about like what someone is or where they're from, you know, and all this sort of stuff. But you do things to make me try and think like that, you know, and I don't like it, you know. But anyway, um yeah, I just wanted to speak about like what I feel like is sometimes predatory behavior, because I have to look out for men doing it, but women doing it, it's like it's a different kind of psychological pain, you know, and I don't like it. But yeah, like you know, the last place I was working at, just give you an example, like you know, I'm I'm peddling into work or whatever. I don't see any Muslim women. This is one particular day, must be about 4 or 5 weeks ago now. Um, as soon as I get to like Theobald's or near Gray's Inn Road, I think I see one woman waiting at the lights for me, another one waiting on the other side, lights waiting for me or whatever. I then turn, park up on Guildford Street. Yeah, I park my bike. Like a woman walks past me, a Muslim woman, within like literally brushed, maybe even touched me as I'm walking past. Bang, right, yeah, one, yeah. Then I think I've come out again in the office, just having a cup of coffee or whatever. 2 or 3 Muslim women just brushed past me, like within quite close proximity. I come back out again, another one. Yeah, I then such just like that. It's a bit hazy now because time's gone by. Yeah, well, I've then obviously picked up my cargo bike. I've then gone to pick up a newspaper. There's one waiting for me whilst like I'm going to pick up my newspaper, just to make sure I can't meet anybody else or whatever it is. Yeah, so you're standing over me as I'm getting a newspaper. I then go to cross the road, to go to Tesco's, wherever. There's a Muslim woman, like, I think you're wearing something that I wear or an item that I've got in my house or something like that, like right next to me. Oh yeah, I then go, from there right up to the Waitrose. I go into my shop in the Waitrose. Um, I think, yeah, obviously, I think there might be a shop assistant there that was quite close to me. I then obviously go to the checkouts for whatever reason. Strange though it seems, this tends to happen quite a lot to me. For whatever reason, my phone is not working. The network's not working right when it should be. It's an open center with Wi-Fi, which I think I'm connected to. I come out, to see what's happening with my phone. A Muslim woman walks straight past me, like literally within meters. Walks into the NHS center. I then go back, um, to the till because my phone's all of a sudden magically started working. This has happened many times. As soon as I'm there now at the checkout where I am due to, pay my bill, pay my ticket or whatever, pay my bill, yeah, there's a Muslim woman like all of a sudden right next to me at the same sort of checkout point. So right next to me. So it was like within like a whatever window, could have been 15 minutes window or whatever. I've had literally maybe up to 10 women, Muslim women, like just like literally invade my personal space, come right up close to me. And also, I believe my mobile phone was controlled to make sure that I, bumped into this woman or she was right next to me at the till, which has happened hundreds of times, you know. And I'll tell you what, like, I'm not being funny. That day, I thought, like, I'm 45 now, I'm 44 now. Like, if I was 64 and you guys were still doing that, I potentially could have a heart attack. Like, the level of anxiety that I felt. Do you know what I mean? The level of anxiety that I felt was like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can't hit you. I'm not going to hit you or anything like that. I'm not like someone like that. But, do you know what I mean? I just, like, I got to look out for men doing stuff like that. But women, like, do you know what I mean? I didn't really appreciate it, you know. And then at the same time, like, I'm single, I want to meet someone, so it's like you're turning me into a Jekyll or Hyde character where 1 minute I'm nice to someone, 1 minute I'm not so nice to someone, but it's because you're hounding me and chasing me like a dog. Do you know what I mean? And it's like the way you did that, like that day, it was just like it was like I got hit up by you guys about 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10 or whatever it is, you guys in quite quick succession. and it just felt quite predatory, like a little bit like when I'm sitting in a park and like you're walking around the perimeter of the park or whatever and all that sort of stuff to let me see you. You know, like today, like I went to go in, is it Berkeley Square or whatever? Not Berkeley Square, the other place, the other square, Grosvenor, is it Grosvenor Square? Right, and you know, I go into the park, into the green part of the square, and I go to maybe potentially put down my bike and sit down, read my book, and the space that's made available for me. You know, because there's lots of people seems like they're complicit in all of this. Yeah, lots of English white people as well. Yeah, right. And it's like um, there's a big, massive space made available, and I'm thinking, right, let me maybe go there, and I look left and I look right, and there's literally like I'm equidistant between two Muslim women, like literally identical in distance on either side of me, sitting there, sort of like maybe watching me or whatever. It was like perfectly set up, like. But this is not the first time. Like this is years. This sort of stuff has been going on. You know, years like this sort of stuff. And I'm gonna tell you like another story. Yeah, like you know, I guess that maybe the public has picked up on it, but a few years ago, you would know when it was, when I was in Willesden. You know, I was coming down Welm Lane, the Welm Lane one day, and as I was driving down the Welm Lane, I realised like there was like a Muslim woman in the church grounds. I think it's called St Gabriel's. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. St Gabriel's Church on Welm Lane. No, I'm pretty sure it's St Gabriel's Welm Lane. It's got like you know, like a seating area outside, maybe around the back or whatever. And there was a Muslim woman sitting in there, like, and like it didn't look, it looked out of place to me, but it, you know, people can sit where they want. It's a public place, right? But it was within the church grounds. But I laughed and I thought, wow, like, wow, these women are really trying to get my attention. Like, you'll like be outside church, yeah, or whatever, or be inside a church, you know. So then I laughed, right? But then from that point on, I lose track of time. I feel like I'm in a time warp sometimes. I asked my son what year it was the other day. I know what year it was, but I just forgot. I lose track of time. Yeah, right. And all I know is it was potentially weeks, months, not years, but weeks, months. Like from that stage on, I noticed like every single church that I would pass in London, a Muslim woman predominantly would be walking past that church or standing outside that church. Doesn't matter which church it was, all throughout London, wherever I drove and stopped off or went, you know, which first off, I laughed at it, it made me laugh. But then after a while, you know, what tickles you starts to give you pain, you know. And after that, I thought, nah, like, this is not on, man. Do you know what I mean? Christian people wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. They haven't got the uniformity potentially to do that, but they wouldn't do that sort of stuff, you know. And yeah, like so I had that for quite a long time, quite a long time. Like that's what was being done. Yeah, like you know, and I didn't really appreciate it at the time. It felt quite like imprisoning. Felt quite like predatory and like felt kind of like, yeah, didn't feel good at all, man. But that's what was being done, you know, and all over London, you know, and yeah, yeah, that's what was being done all around London when I was in my car. My car's got cameras on it, all back up and support pretty much everything that I'm saying. But yeah, that's what was happening, you know. So like yeah, them kind of things I never appreciated. And just last night as well, like you guys were doing it again, you know, like by East Street Market, there's a church there on the corner, on Portland, whatever it is. Um, there's a church there. You like you're sort of standing outside, congregating or riding past there, and then where else? There was another church. Oh, I can't remember where else. Also like this is another day, by the way. Just like I remember, I was going past near the Imperial War Museum. There's a school there. There's a church there, whatever. and I see you guys sort of see me, and then you started going in there like as if you were sort of like controlling that place or whatever, you know. So like yeah, like I never really appreciated that kind of thing. Also like that's not as bad, but like also like standing at pub outside of pubs that I'm potentially maybe thinking about going in and stuff like that. Which, you know what, I leave that, man. But like standing and walking outside churches. Oh yeah, that's it. The church where I spoke to that Sierra Leonean man that day next to Burgess Park on Walworth Road. That place there. As soon as I spoke to him there, and maybe he invited me, you guys know about it. So I often see you guys standing outside there or walking past there as I'm coming. You know, like I can spot it, I can see it. You know what I mean? And like yeah, like I don't um like that sort of thing. You know, I don't like it. You know, and I don't really want to be coming out and saying and speaking about stuff like this, man, because like at the end of the day, man, I'm like, you know, I'm looking to like study, and end of the day, like I have to deal with everyone, like, do you know what I mean? So I have to deal with you. It doesn't matter, like I have to deal with everyone, and um, you know, like one thing about me, man, like I know I'm going to study like politics or whatever, but really, like, you know what I mean, I could do anything like broadcasting, whatever. It's not really just one thing, you know. I'm just leaving the door open. I could be a teacher, anything, right? But like one thing about me, why I'm actually not scared of what I'm studying, because like I know my heart is true. Like I know like behind closed doors, there's not anybody that can like promise me the moon and the stars, or there's not anyone that can promise me like a lavish lifestyle or give me some type of monetary business interest, and I betray the people that I represent. You know, there's no, you know what I mean? Like I can't, like, do you know what I mean? Like I'm not into like, yeah, doing anything untoward at this juncture in my life. Like I'm not like, you know, I'm very, very like, I've got good qualities like that, you know, because sometimes like people, it's not about how smart or how intelligent you are. It's about, can I trust this person to represent me in the correct way when I'm not there to fight for me? And I can fight for the people. I can fight for Londoners. Do you know what I mean? English people. I can do that. I believe in it. I can do that. Do you know what I mean? I'll fight for you Muslim people, no problem. Do you know what I mean? If you're within the realm that I'm of people that I'm representing. Do you know what I mean? But like you know, like um I'm thinking of certain careers, and I'm thinking like this is what's gonna happen and be going on. Like it's gonna ruin it. It's gonna like it's gonna ruin it, and it's gonna be all about something else. When like I want to get on and be tackling real world subjects that can better everybody. Do you know what I mean? Not just you or me, just everyone. Do you know what I mean? Just making the world a better place, making a difference, serving the community the best way I can. You know, so like it's quite disappointing. Like when I feel like I'm not respected by a certain section of females in the community, or like being made to feel like I'm a bad person or whatever. And also on top of that, like it's I can imagine like there's a lot of females that I'm a nice guy. They probably switched off their light and said like, nah, do you know what, lovely guy, no way, like I would definitely date him, get him, whatever. But this kind of stuff going on, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? The damage done. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I might be a nice guy, nice looking. I feel like I'm good looking. I do. I feel like I'm sexy, everything, right? But at the same time, man, sometimes I feel like the situation's ugly, and you know, I'm starting to. I think sometimes, man, like a female that I've been with in the past, or a female that I want to meet right now, sometimes I'm not even bothered to talk. You can see it because I feel like she won't even want to talk to me right now. She might be thinking about it, but do you know what I mean? She has to wait and see. Do you know what I mean? Or she needs to hear that 100 girls or many girls have sat next to me or interacted with me for her to pop up in my direction, you know. But yeah, I could give like many examples of like sort of being followed and chased and like blocked off from women that I want to speak to, especially by Muslim women and stuff like that, man. But I want to put it. I feel like the more you speak about it, the more you give it power, you know. So I don't really want to expand too much. But I just want to say, man, like, I hope you respect me. I hope you get the message. Um, I got no problems like being friends with any females or whatever, but like, there's no like forcing me or whatever, and all this sort of stuff blocking me off, and it's basically like torturing. Like, feels like almost like psychological castration. Like, don't feel good. Do you know what I mean? Don't feel good. Like, do you know what I mean? You gotta respect a man. Like, I mean, I never come in this world for like. That's the worst thing. I don't know. Like, everyone likes to say what's the worst thing that can be done to them, but worst thing you can do to me, like I'm a passionate man or whatever, man, is to tell me like, or try and put me with a woman that I don't want or whatever. I now have empathized, not empathized. I've now been able to look through the eyes of somebody that like has had a woman forced upon them, maybe in a marriage or whatever, and have those feelings of like, I feel like, right, so if I had something forced upon me or whatever, man, like I'd want to literally like, I'd literally want to like kill that woman. Like, she would have a hard time. She would have a hard time with me, and that's me. Like, I'm a very nice guy, like a very cool guy, but I now understand why some people, there's a lot of people probably not happy. Like, do you know what I mean? You just can't like force people and force things on people and coerce control. That's it. Do you know what I mean? The amount of coercive behavior is like, do you know what I mean? Maybe it's just me, man, but it feels biblical sometimes, man. Literally. Do you know what I mean? And also, man, I wanted to make another video on this particular subject. So I'm veering off here, man, but like, I hope I'm not going to get anything like this moving forward, like when I'm going uni or whatever, or it's some kind of setup. Like, lots of places that I've worked, and it's not about the actual place that I'm working or the job itself. It's about, yeah, it's big me saying this, but it's about spiritual persecution, persecuting someone spiritually, bringing them down. Whether you're stopping them from earning, stopping them from working, cutting them off from people, it's bringing down themselves socially and not trying to enrich them or help them in any way, but to block them off and get them to maybe do it or veer off into your direction or control them, you know, when they're perfectly fine anyway, you know. So yeah, no, today was like a massive improvement, like, but at the same time, like, it doesn't, just to try and like move forward. Like, I don't want like all this stuff going on anymore, man. Just like, once again, man, like, I hope I haven't got to carry on with this, man. But like, you know, I like to never say never to nothing. Yeah, but at the end of the day, man, like this predatory like sort of chasing of me, man, it's got to stop. Like, you got to respect. It's like, it's really disrespectful. And then like, it's like I find like you're masters of like squeezing and squeezing someone so that they say something, and you're like, oh, he's disrespectful or he's lost or whatever, and all this sort of stuff. So you know what? We can chase him even more now. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what it's about. Like, hounding someone so that they can like, so you can attack them at a later date or attack them for what they believe and or what they think at the time. You know, if it was the other way around, you know what I mean, you wouldn't like it. You know, so yeah. I hope this message reaches you well. Yeah, all good. Um, yeah, no, good mood, good mood. A little bit hot. The weather's getting warm, so obviously it does can get to people a little bit more. So I'm a little bit hot tonight, but apart from that, I'm feeling all right. Compass mentis. Yeah, man, I'm right on point. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, just like, you know what I mean, and just respect my wishes, man, because like, I'm a man at the end of the day. I'm a human being, and I deserve to make my choices. And yeah, I just like, yeah, I don't have to end this, man, but I just hope like you really, really um hear what I'm saying, and don't take offense either. Do you know what I mean? Don't take offense either. And those who love, do you know what I mean? Especially if they love to say it's unconditional and all the rest of it, which I don't think it is sometimes. Yeah, right. Most of the time, you think it is, but it's not. It's with conditions, yeah, right, that are set without you knowing. Like, if you guys are saying you love someone, you let them go, man. You let them do what they want to do. You don't like this crazy like blocking and whatever, and then the feeling of being threatened and the coerciveness and all this, coercive control. Do you know what I mean? And the kind of like the threats, yes, the threats and stuff like that. So I mean, all sorts. The blocking of employment, everything, man, just like crazy. You know, but yeah, yeah, it pains me to speak about stuff like that. I don't really want to. I don't want to, but I feel like you leave me no option. And also, I just want to like make sure I'm not misunderstood, and make sure like people think I'm being funny, but I'm not. Like there's what you've seen or what you know, and there's little sly things and what I see from my angle, and it's like it's been like relentless pursuing of myself, and also social like blocking, stopping me from making certain females that love me, feel awkward to even come near me. And then once they're near me, to not even speak when they would be speaking to me like in normal times, like especially if they know, like just getting to know me like straight away, you know. So yeah, sometimes I think, man, should I report this to the police or whatever? Get some kind of injunction or something. Do you know what I mean? But nah. It's powers in the people. Do you know what I mean? Powers in the people. It's up to the people to do you know what I mean? Sort it out. Because it's like another man. I'm quite strong in certain ways sometimes, I believe. And another person, most other people wouldn't be able to take the onslaught that I get, and some of the psychological torture by innuendo and whatever else that I get. Do you know what I mean? Or that I take, but at the same time, man, you can't run around like sort of threatening or hitting women or this sort of stuff, so, or hitting anybody for that matter of fact, but it's just like the antagonizing of myself and not even respecting me, man. Like, do you know what I mean? I've been personally like situations where females might not have respected me, and they probably would respect me now, but they, do you know what I mean? So to see females not just respect me and hear what I'm saying and lean off and lean back, it's kind of disappointing and hurtful. Hurts my feelings. But I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings too. I don't mean to. If you feel like you love me and all this sort of stuff, because like you must remember, man, like there's a lot of stuff I don't know. Like I didn't even know like these women who were following me around or whatever. I didn't even know. Like it just crept up on me, you know. But I realized like they potentially following me for years before then, and maybe got aspirations or whatever it is, man. But it's like it's really really overwhelming sometimes, and it's like it's quite stressful, you know. So it's like I feel like a celeb with without the protection of a celeb, you know. Other celebs have got like they got their protection. Me, I haven't got that, you know. So you can just like do some things that like you can't do to other people, you know. But anyway, I hope this message reaches you well. I'm getting tired. Um, God bless. Yeah. All right. Take care. And once again, man, deliver this message straight to your heart. It's from mine. You know what I mean? All right. Take care. Bye.